Hey folks, just a quick intro for this bonus episode. ProPublica, an independent nonprofit news organization, recently reported on the FDA's handling of potential safety issues concerning generic drugs we get from overseas manufacturers. They reported that for decades, the FDA has blacked out the names of generic drugs on inspection reports for foreign factories that were found to have safety and quality violations. This has prevented patients, doctors, and pharmacists from knowing whether manufacturing failures have made medications ineffective or unsafe. You can find a link to the ProPublica article on the show notes of this episode. All right, here's Zorba's response.
Hi, this is Dr. Zorba Pastor, and today I'm talking about the hidden issues with generic drugs. So first of all, generic drugs, believe it or not, account for 90% of the prescriptions filled in the United States. And many people think that generic drugs are all produced in the United States, and they're wrong. They're actually produced all over the world, in countries like India, Israel, and a number of other countries are very big on producing generic drugs. And for decades, the FDA has blocked out the names of where the generic drugs that you get come from. You're in the dark. There are a lot of mysteries there. Now, there's no actual reason that the FDA does this that I know of. It's certainly not in their guidelines. And there are bad examples here. For instance, one Indian manufacturing drug factory, and this came from ProPublica, one factory, they found out, reported that pigeons infested the storage room, defecated on sterilizing equipment. Others had issues in the bathroom floor with urine that was around in the bathroom floor. It wasn't clean. But when the FDA released their report, they never mentioned this. And instead of sharing the names of the medications or where they come from, the FDA has simply blocked them out. I don't know why that is. I can't imagine why that is. I'll leave you to speculate why that is. But whenever the FDA does something, it often has to do with other issues that we don't really know about. I can't see behind that curtain. So for decades, this has really been an issue. So the FDA has allowed some of the most troubled factories in India to actually ship drugs to the U.S., a practice which is really hidden from you, the public. So what you should do, that's a good question. I think basically we don't really have an answer here. I certainly don't have an answer here. I assume the drugs that I have and that I'm getting are potent, that they meet the potency standards. They have to actually show that. They don't have to be exactly as potent as the name brand drugs. And I assume the drugs, when they come from the pharmacy and they're in a nice little fresh bottle, that they've actually been in a factory that has been inspected, is correct in terms of how the factory is, and the factory is clean. But the reality is, I don't know the answer here. So I don't have any specific suggestion except for the fact that you should contact your congressman or congresswoman, your senator, and send them a note and say that you demand that the FDA release the reports of where drugs are from, and also with that, a report of the factory's inspection so that you know that what you're getting is safe. This is Dr. Zorba Pastor. Stay well.